Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue to read the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read. And spinning the terror of, he ran, but as he spun, Odysseus plunged the spear in his back between the shoulders. Straight through his chest, the shaft came jolting out, and down Sulcus crushed, Odysseus vaulting over him. Sulcus, son of Hippasus, skilled breaker of horses. So death is its rampage. Outraced you, no escape, no, poor soldier. Now your father and noble mother will never close your eyes in death. Screaming vultures will claw them out of you, wings beating your corpse. But I, if I shall die, my comrades in arms will bury me in style. He dragged the heavy spear of the hardened Sulcus, squelching out of his own wound and bulging shield. As the fighter tore it out, the blood came gushing forth, and his heart sank. And seeing Odysseus bleeding there, the Trojans' troop exulted, calling across the melee, charging him in a mass. As edging back off, he gave ground now, calling his own companions. 3 shattering cries he lost in full pitch, till Odysseus' head would burst. 3 times Menelaus, tense for combat, heard his cry, and at once he called to Ajax standing near. Ajax, royal son of Telamon, captain of armies, my ears ring with his cries. Odysseus never daunted. He sounds like a man cut off and overpowered, mauled by Trojans' rank in the rough assault. Quick through the onset, better save him now. I'm afraid he may be hurt along with the Trojans. Brave as Odysseus is a blow to all our troops. And Atrides led the way, and Ajax to his lead, striding on like a god until they found Odysseus, dear to Zeus. But round him Trojans thronged like tawny jackals, up in the mountains swarming round a horned stag just wounded. A hunter's hit him with one fast shaft from his bow, and the stages escaped, sprinting at top speed so long as his blood runs warm, and the spring in his knee still lasts. But soon as the swift arrow saps his strength, the ravening carrion packs begin their feasting off on a ridge in twilight woods until some god, some power drives a line down against them. Claw mad, and the panicked jackals scattered, and the line rends their prey, so packed around Odysseus, skilled and quick to maneuver, swarmed the brave bulk of Trojans. But still the hero kept on longing, spearing, keeping death at bay, and in moving Ajax now planted right beside him, burying that shield of his like a wall, a tower. Trojans scattered in panic, bolting left and right, while the fighting son of Atreus led Odysseus through the onslaught, bracing him with an arm, till a raceman drove his team and car up close. But charging down on the Trojans, Ajax killed Doridas, bastard son of Priam. He wounded Pandocus next, wounded Lysander, Pyrosus, then Pylades, wild as a swollen river hurling down on the flats, down from the hills in winter speed, bursting its banks with rain from storming dews and sands of good dry soak. Whole forest of pine it whirls into itself and sweeps along till it heaves a crushing mass of driftwood out to sea. So glorious Ajax swept the field, routing Trojans, shattering teams, and spearmen in his onslaught. Nor had Hector once got wind of the rampage. Far off on the left flank of the whole campaign, he fought his way, powering past Scamander's banks, where the heads of fighters fell in biggest numbers, and grim, incessant war cried rose around tall Nestor and battle-hard Idomeneus. Hector amidst them now engaged them with vengeance, doing bloody work with lances flung and a master's horsemanship. Destroying young battalions, still, the Achaeans never would have yielded before the prince's charge, if Paris, the lord of lovely fair-haired Helen, had not put a stop to Machaon's gallant fighting. Striking the healer squarely with an arrow triple flung that gouged his right shoulder, Achaeans, breathing fury, feared for Machaons now. What if the tide turned and Trojans killed the healer? Idomeneus suddenly called to Nestor, pride of Achaea, quick, mount your chariot, mount Machaon beside you, lash your team to the warships. Fast, full gallop, a man who can cut out shafts and dress our wounds. A good healer is worth a troop of other men. Nestor, the noble charioteer, did not resist. He mounted his car at once as Asclepius' son, Machaon, born of the famous healer, swung abroad. He lashed the team, and on they flew to the ships, holding nothing back. That's where their spirits drove them on to go. But riding on with Hector, Cebriones saw the Trojan rout and shouted, "Hector, look at us here, engaging Argives with a vengeance, true, but off on the fringe of brutal all-out war, while our central forces routed pell-mell, men and chariots flung against each other. Giant Ajax drives them. I recognize the man, that wall of a buckler slung around his shoulders. Hurry, head our chariots right where the fighters thickest. There, horse and infantry, hurling into the slaughter, hacking each other down. Terrific war cries rising. With that, Cerebrines flogged their sleek team, and leaping under the whistling, crackling whip, they sped the careering car into both milling armies, tumbling shields and corpses. Axle under the chariot splashed with blood on the handrails sweeping round the car. Sprays of blood shooting up from the stallion's hooves and churning, whirling rims, and Hector, straining to wade into the press and panic the ruck of men, charge them, break them down. He flung terror and stark disaster square in the Argive lines. Never pausing, giving his spear no rest, Hector kept on ranging, battling ranks on ranks, slashing his spear and sword and flinging heavy rocks. But he stayed clear of attacking Ajax man to man. I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.